Yo, how is it going, everyone? It's your boy Jack, back at it again with the annihilated sleep schedule, Valorant news video. Today, we have hot off the presses Riot's second State of the Ages article detailing the Ages not meeting community expectations, as well as the first confirmations of the next agent coming to the game soon. We got plenty to go over, so you won't want to miss out on this one. Our question of the day goes along with our main topic. Do you think the agents are balanced right now? Do you think there are any overpowered or underpowered agents or team compositions? Or do you think the current metagame is relatively stable? For myself, I still have personal beef with how the game weights the benefits of playing duelists versus supports and ranked. As someone who prefers to not play a hard carry role and tends towards support or secondary duelist roles, it can be kind of frustrating to still have good impact for my team, but have a more even overall KD compared to my Reyna I helped enable. I don't know if Riot can actually adjust this, but it does still bother me. Let me know what does or doesn't bother you in those comments down below. Getting stuck into it, we have the State of the Agents article as of February 2021. Good God, it's already February. Anyways, if you missed the last State of the Agents, it happened back in December, and it was at this point in the metagame where the stall-heavy controller and sentinel cores were at their height. You remember that? When your standard gold ranked game was Cypher, Killjoy, Sova, Omen, Jett, or Sage instead of Sova every single game? I remember. But today we don't have a broad declaration of the metagame, rather a specific look at two of the problem children in Valorant's roster, perennially underpowered VIPER and the unfortunately lackluster Yoru. Here's the thing, there's not much to read out from the article in terms of these two agents. VIPER's role in the game is simultaneously very unique but doesn't produce high efficacy because of its severely low ease of use compared to the other controllers, as well as having one of the arguable worst ultimates in the game. Yoru unfortunately kind of looks like the duelist equivalent to VIPER. Yoru looks so damn good on paper. He's got flexible and effective flash utility, the ability to mess with team intel via his footstep turret thing, and really cool movement and spacing in his gate crash. But hot take here, Yoru isn't a character designed for a game with this fast of an average time to kill or a TTK. Let's talk about these more individually. Man, I've talked a lot of smack about VIPER since I started working on these videos, and honestly, some of it was unwarranted. I don't think VIPER is far off from being a metagame viable. In fact, if you were some sort of crazy person and really dedicated yourself to mastering all the setups for each map, you could be a VIPER main and have a lot of success in the current metagame. So why is VIPER still bad then? Because you could literally take someone who's never played a video game in their life, have them pick Brimstone, and just mark the map yourself where they need to drop the sky smokes, and boom, you're gaming. The barrier to entry and overall effort needed for VIPER is just too high. Add on to that awful ultimates that I mentioned, and boom, VIPER isn't played. I don't envy Riot on this one. VIPER is kind of like one ill-advised change from being potentially game-breaking considering how much she can do, even though the next patch won't have a VIPER buff. You VIPER stands should be ready for one soon. As for what I'd change, I'd give VIPER the Killjoy treatment. Use some cool wicked science magic and recall her smoke without having to be physically on top of it like Killjoy's turret. This would make VIPER more flexible on defense and offense in responding to what people do and around, her biggest weakness. Let us know how you feel about VIPER. Do you guys want her buffed or are you crazy enough to play her already? Get down in those comments and let us know. Now as for Yoru, I'm going to substantiate what I said earlier. Yoru isn't an agent designed for Valorant in my opinion. I think a lot of what he does can't work in a game with instant kills and that generally fast and frantic kill time. And a lot of that boils down to weapon swap speeds. When Yoru uses something like his gate crash, yes, he gets the ability to teleport deep into enemy lines or to get out of a bad situation, but if someone is near your teleporter, guess what? You are absolutely roasted before you can even consider whipping out that sick-ass glitch pop Vandal. Same thing with his ultimate. I feel like, and stress the feel like, Yoru's ultimate is meant to be infiltration. You pop it, enter the Shadow Realm, and get to the enemy backlines, maybe shouting out enemy locations as you see them. The problem is that if the enemy gets a lick of that blue raspberry on the screen, they will hunt you down, and if they chase you down as you re-enter the mortal plane, then once again, you are dead as a doornail before you even can equip the gun. So most often, you end up seeing Yoru players not really using their gate crash aggressively and foregoing the ultimate's aggressive potential entirely, and only using it to scout forward, spot enemies, and scurry back to their teammates. All of this comes together to make Yoru possibly the most passive duelist in the game, with a harder to use flash than Phoenix, and no comparable movement to Raze or Jett, and being outclassed 6 ways to Sunday in terms of potential damage by Reyna. Yoru is aimless in Valorant in my opinion, and I'm not sure how to fix him. Let me know if you guys have any ideas in those comments, because really I'm at a loss for this one. I think Yoru has some good aspects. I really like his flashbang, and I think the idea of intel messing with those footsteps is a great idea. But overall, he feels not complete, like he's missing something in his kit, and I'm not sure what that something would be. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. The last section of this article is dedicated to the first reveal of a new challenger approaching. To paraphrase the article, The next agent is going to be a Galaxy Brain 400D chess-playing Gigamind controller who's going to make the player levitate in their gamer chairs as they so thoroughly high IQ destroy the 5 duelist compositions with facts and logic. But, in all seriousness, the next agent will be a controller that apparently will have heavy outplay potential baked in. Definitely curious to see how this plays out because controllers are kind of like pretty solved currently in my opinion. I wonder if instead that maybe this controller won't have smokes, but maybe some kind of other variant of area denial, kind of trying to shake up the way that we look at controllers in the game. Who knows? But that's kind of all there is for the State of the Agents article. We went only slightly off the rails, which is kind of a fresh new direction for me, and we're not really done yet. We got some very funny NA drama to go over after the ad break. Take it away, Jack. Thanks, Jack. Man, I love that guy. He transitions so well. If you want to transition up the ranks like a true master, go to SkillCapped.com to get access to our all-improvement platform. From the best strats and team compositions to the best tips and tricks to learn how to frag like the pros, elevate your game today at the link down below. So, normally I like to stay away from drama stories where I can because I don't really think I'm equipped to gnome it up with the best of them, but this story was just kind of like too funny to pass on. Reported by Zerto, Hazed went on his Twitter recently and cryptically tweeted out about teams sandbagging and trolling in scrims. Huge no-no, don't do it. And like a good date, Hayes didn't kiss and tell and name the team that was doing this great offense to humanity. However, people didn't have much time to speculate as Sentinel star son Sinatra clapped back at Hayes right away, asking innocently if Hayes at least, beat them. Did he persevere? To which Hayes said, yeah, once we called him out for it, they only won 1 round. Ha 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 ha. To which Sinatra came right back with a, that score was 19-5, but hey, that's sandbagging, folks. This led to Hayes quickly accelerating with frankly crass language. My god, I mean, don't look, kids, please, Jesus. Now, I could go on and on, but this all boils down to one thing. Is it okay to troll in pro practices, right? Now, I hate it. I hate that I have to do this. I hate to be the bearer of obvious truths here, but Hazed, Bud, North American esports, especially CSGO, isn't exactly known for the quality of its scrims or pugs. People have been messing around in these since the dawn of time, and the general more relaxed vibe in NA in general has enabled that over the years. And if the claims are accurate and Sentinels only did some troll stuff in 1 round, then this seems kind of like needlessly fishing for animosity. You even go on to admit that Sentinels are kind of a better team, which I think is debatable. TSM are quite good right now. But those were your words. If that's the case, then yeah, it probably wasn't enjoyable to get trolled on, but to blast this publicly kind of seems like bad taste to me. Honestly, I wouldn't have weighed in on this except for Austin hitting the nail on the head. We need to start casting some of these scrims, man, especially if there's bad blood happening frequently. And hopefully someone gives my boy Daps that 100 gifted subs so he can leak that VOD. Let's see this trolling in full force, boys, and see who's really right. Let's wrap up today with some VCT updates. Challengers Stage 1 has been completed in both North America and EU, and we had some huge upsets already. In North America, Sentinels take first prize, securing a spot in the first Masters tournament. In their finals matchup, they took on the upstart Immortals, who blitzed through the field seemingly out of nowhere, taking down Xset, Genji, and Luminosity, while Sentinels had to make a miracle lower bracket run to the finals themselves. But, as you can see overall, this isn't exactly a top 8 you would expect from North America. Sentinels is no surprise, neither is Envy or Gen G, but no TSM, no T1, no 100 Thieves. So far, the Challenger stage has proven to be tough for even the best teams in the world, but that's the point of the format. Challengers 2 is just getting underway, and even already NA has seen big upsets. T1 is already out in the round of 64, which is huge. We'll just have to wait and see and how it plays out. In EU, it's equally tumultuous. NIP grabbed the W here, beating Monkey Business in the finals, but EU fans might be stunned to see huge names like FunPlus Phoenix, G2, Fnatic, who were the upstart 7FC from First Strike, and Team Liquid, all taking home top 4 and below, with again unknowns Monkey Business and Wave Esports taking silver and bronze medals. So yeah, things are crazy in the VCT, but I think that's the appeal of the format. So let's embrace it, let's get even crazier in Challenger Stage 2, and may the best teams prevail. And that's all we have for today. I kind of flipped the State of the Ages article from Riot into kind of like my own opportunity to talk about what I think is wrong with both Yoru and VIPER. And at the end of the day, that's just my opinion. I try and back it up with my own play experience as well as what I do in terms of analyzing pro play, but I could be wrong. Do you agree or disagree with my takes on those agents? Let me know in those comments down below. While you are down there, make sure to like the video and subscribe as well. And hey, if you really like what we do here, make sure you show that bell some love so that you don't miss an upload. But regardless, we here at SkillCapped try and deliver the highest quality news and guide videos you can with one goal in mind, helping you become a better player. We here at SkillCapped would like to thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.